Katniss, Peeta, Gale, Prim, Effie, President Snow, Suzanne Collins, Mockingjays, fires being caught, archery, all these things we know about the Hunger Games. Yes? Because the Hunger Games has grown to be such a huge part of our lives, we here at Clevver felt it was well overdue that we bring all of you a list of fun facts you tributes might not know about the Hunger Games. We're talking cast stories, the movies, and the books, all of which are fair game. So first up, we have got the inside scoop on what celebrities auditioned for the roles of Katniss and Peeta before Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson volunteered as tributes. It's kind of hard to imagine Katniss Everdeen as anyone other than Oscar-winning actress J-Law, but there were actually some other well-known gals in Hollywood who were up for the role. That's right, Emma Roberts, Hailee Steinfeld, Chloe Grace Moretz, and even Shailene Woodley were just a few of the actresses who went into the arena to fight for the role of Katniss. And to get the full scoop on who else auditioned, make sure to check out our video. It's 12 actresses you didn't know almost played Katniss. But anyways, when it comes to the men who auditioned for the role of Peeta, things hit a little bit closer to home. Liam Hemsworth and Alexander Ludwig both originally auditioned to play Peeta. How crazy! In an interview back in 2011 with MTV, Liam revealed that he had read the script and could definitely see himself as the baker's son. While we do see why Liam was interested in the role of Peeta, we personally think that Gale was the perfect fit for him. As for Ludwig, he told Bullet magazine that the role of Peeta came down to him, Josh, and one other guy, but director Gary Ross ultimately thought his talents were better suited for another role, and we couldn't agree more. All right, number 2, tributes' voices were heard after they complained that Prim's cat Buttercup looked nothing like how she was described in the books and was recast for Catching Fire. You guys, don't act surprised. You know that fans are nitpicky. So that's right, after a fraud Buttercup appeared in the first installment of the film, fans called the animal casting director's bluff and demanded Buttercup be recast. Now Buttercup is portrayed in her rightful glory, but I have to say I have sour feelings towards this cat after she nearly got Prim killed in Mockingjay Part 1. But cats do have 9 lives, so I guess she would have been fine. All right, moving on, number 3 is a behind-the-scenes fact. While filming the reaping scene in the first film, of course, there were tons of child extras to make up District 12. But the problem was that it was scorching hot outside, and may I remind those who don't know, extras pretty much don't get paid, or they do, but it's just a little bit of money. And they're pretty much being barbecued here without compensation. While the big timers were able to escape the heat in their trailers during the breaks, the hundreds of kids playing extras for District 12 spent hours in the heat and had traveled long and far to be a part of the film. So being the wonderful people that they are, in order to show thanks to all those kiddos, Josh, Jennifer, Liam, and Elizabeth set up and signed autographs for them during breaks. So nice. Fact number 4 is a little fun behind-the-scenes story involving J-Law, Josh Hutcherson, and J-Law's foot. Interesting. We all know that Katniss Everdeen is one badass bitch, but she is not to be messed with off camera either. And Josh Hutcherson unfortunately learned this the hard way.
So it was actually one time Jennifer and I were just kind of hanging out, like not actually shooting on set. It was like a night shoot, and we were just kind of like shadow boxing, just messing around. And she tells me she can kick over my head, and I'm like, you can't kick over my head. And she goes, watch. And she goes to kick over my head and kicks me right in the side of the head. I fall to the ground, and I got diagnosed with a concussion. Like she gave me a concussion by kicking me in the side of the head.
Okay, remind us to never get in the ring with her if given the chance. You don't mess with J-Law. Fact number 5 involves Miss Effie Trinket, aka Elizabeth Banks. So when thinking of Effie Trinket, the first thing that comes to my mind is her elaborate wardrobe and the wigs and the perfectly manicured nails. And while getting to pretty much play dress up every single day on set seems like a dream come true to all of us, Elizabeth Banks says that the Effie Trinket transformation was not all fun and games. In an interview with Ellen DeGeneres, Elizabeth said that during breaks she had to have a team of people help her do things, including go to the crapper. Yes, I just said crapper. She even says that sometimes she was carried because of how difficult it was to move around in those costumes. She's also said that because Effie sometimes has nails that are impossible to function with, she would often have to have someone unzip her costume and hand her toilet paper before going to the restroom. It is a dark day when a woman cannot grab her own butt wipe. Number 6 is another fun behind the scenes fact. Did you all know that it took over 35 full-time makeup artists to prep the actors, and that there were 450 wigs made for just the first film? Crazy. But when you think about it, there were a lot of Capital Citizen extras that had to be all decked out, so it's actually not really that surprising. But holy wig mania, hats off to the costume team. Now, our 7th fact is a little bit less glamorous. Do you guys ever wonder how dreamy it would be to have an on-screen kiss with your celebrity crush, and that there would be music playing in your head as doves frolicked above? Yeah, that's not exactly what happened to Liam Hemsworth. Leave it to Jennifer Lawrence to take something that has the potential to be so romantic and then turn it into what Liam calls one of the most awkward parts of shooting. While doing press for Mockingjay Part 1 on Jimmy Fallon, Liam answered some fan questions. One of the questions asked, what was the scene that was most awkward to shoot? To which Liam replied,
anytime I had to kiss Jennifer was pretty uncomfortable.
Liam went on to say that Jennifer would make it a point to eat smelly foods like garlic or tuna before they were supposed to have a kissing scene, and then not brush her teeth before the lip smacking went down. When Jen found out that Liam was talking smack about her stank mouth, she insisted that she didn't do it on purpose. She just didn't really think about the kissing. Talk about being friend-zoned, Liam. Sorry. Fact number 8 is a little more deafening. In The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, we all remember that Jennifer had to struggle with the 30-mile-per-hour spinning cornucopia that was surrounded by water. Over time, Jennifer was engulfed with so much water that she actually went deaf in one ear for a week due to all the water pressure. Yikes, but talk about an epic way to get an earache, right? Number 9 is a super rare Hunger Games fact that I'm just gonna let Josh Hutcherson have the honor of telling.
This is the scene where we're going into to the tunnel with my beautiful costume. And here you see PDL 736.
Yeah.
Now, what that stands for, actually, is Ponce de Leon, and the address is 736, which is the name of this underground hip-hop club that we used to go to. It's the address of the underground hip-hop club we used to go to in Atlanta.
How cool, right? Pixar does that kind of hidden inside joke stuff all the time in its films, but that's a whole other video. You guys know. Fact number 10 involves Miss Joanna Mason and her birthday suit. While filming the elevator scene in Catching Fire, when Joanna strips down in front of Katniss and Peeta, more people saw more of Jenna Malone than she probably initially bargained for. The scene was filmed in an actual hotel, and apparently a production assistant who was in charge of operating the elevator pushed the button for the wrong floor, and so the elevator opened on a random floor, exposing Jenna's backside to some unintended vacationers. Awkward, but you're welcome. And our final fact involves the Hunger Games god herself, Suzanne Collins. Have you guys ever wondered where the concept for the Hunger Games came from? Because I know I certainly have. Suzanne has said that the story idea popped into her head one night as she was flipping through channels and kept seeing different reality shows mixed with footage from the Iraq War on various channels. She said that, quote, these two things began to sort of fuse together in a very unsettling way. And therefore, a reality show about people killing each other was born. Pretty chilling stuff. And you guys, like I said, that was the last item, and that is our list. So now I want to know, how many of these facts did you already know, or did you learn something new? Because I sure hope so. Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and then you got to click right on over here to check out a rundown of 7 things even you might not know about our girl Jennifer Lawrence. Thanks so much for watching Clevver News. I'm Jocelyn Davis, and I'll see you next time.